Alright everyone, I decided that I am going to skip doing the servo and the electronics part and get this into more of a roller, and then we'll install the electronics at a later video, maybe Thursday. So I'm jumping over to step 11. Once you get past all the electronics, step 11 is going to be attaching the uprights. Alright, so we need to chop off these arms. MD1 is actually in here. That's this piece right here. That's the MD1. We need two of those, which there's two in the bag. And then the next part, the MD6, is the plastic and metal pins that are in there. Now for hardware, we're gonna need to grab out of bag B. We're gonna have to grab two of the 12mm tapping screws, and then also out of bag B, you're gonna want these two screws that there's only two of. Okay, now have fun with that one, boys and girls. That was a pain in the rear. I actually screw down first and then pull it back out so it would go in there easier. Alright, so we got both of those on. Now what we want to do next goes inside of there like that, and it calls for some grease on this, so it should slide through. There we go. Tighten it the rest of the way down. Nice and tight, nice and loose. Do the same thing for the other side. Tighten it down. Nice. Alright. Okay, step 12. I laid out those parts we just made in the same orientation as the picture, just like they were if they were going to be sitting in the buggy. And you got to take out of bag C, you need two of the 15mm screws. Bag D, we're gonna need these two spacers. You need two of them, two spacers. Then from bag D, we're gonna need these little ball ends. There's two of them in there, so grab both of them, just like this. One of them, or two of them, I'm sorry, that's what I meant to say. And you're gonna have to use your little Tamiya tool for this one. Where'd it go? There it is. Alright, let's see how we do this. We're gonna need piece A5, two of those, which are the last plastic nuts that we had taken off already on A. And then we're gonna need A13. That's what I was looking at. Need to cut them out. So cut these little guys out. I think we got all the hardware and everything we need for that point. It's saying it needs a little bit of grease on these little spacers. So if you want, get your spacer, rub some grease on it. Take A13, this piece here, take your greased spacer, slide it in there like we did with the shocks. Then you're going to take the 15mm nut that we pulled out, and that's going to slide across. You're going to put it inside here just like you would a shock or a link. I don't know if you guys can see it because my hand's in the way, but just like that. And then you have the plastic washer at the end of that, or plastic nut. I just started it. I used my Tamiya tool here, and twist the rest of it on. Yeah, I got a power tool. What am I doing wrenching? Now I'm thinking, all right, now you're gonna need this tool and this piece here, because you're gonna have to throw one of these balls in there. I don't know what side is the best. And then screw that down in the furthest hole it's showing. Alright, I figured out the best way to get these little balls in. First off, if you're not using the T-wrench that Tamiya gave you with the kit, like I was using God knows whose kit, you know, you get them all the time with any RC that you buy. The threads weren't sticking out, it sank farther in there. So once I got the right wrench, I used the one they provided. I had to push down on it and get it to dig into that plastic, and then it would bite, and then it went around. So, and then also the plastic nuts, if you just hold this end with it on there up against there, drilled in, it's good to go. So, alright, so that step's done. Step 12 is done. Step 13. Okay, now we're going to be installing these, and also the front bumper and the springs. So we need our springs out of our bag, which are right here. Then we need MR4. It says rubber tubing. I know I've seen rubber tubing. So the zip ties in that. Yep, that lines up. That's that. Throw it in a bowl. Then we need bag C dampener shaft. So bag C. These we need 2 of them. So it's these last 2 real long ones right here. So grab those last 2 out of those last 2 long ones, I should say, out of bag C. Alright, now we are going to need 6 out of bag B, 6 of the 12 millimeters. Alright, so now we have the hardware. Now we need all the plastic. We need front bumper in the box. Let's take that bad boy out. Now it shows it, so we flip it over so we see the bottom of the rig. Now it's showing to, whoa, grip. It's saying to grease up these ends of these arms. So get yourself some grease and grease them up on each of them. So now that you got that, wipe things off, and it shows it going in. If I actually turn the way that the picture shows, I'm going this way, and it shows this little ball in the back and facing up. So we're gonna need this one for this side. And where does it go in? It goes in right here. You slide that in, I guess, and then does it? Oh, okay, then it just lays down there. There's gonna be a piece that goes over it, I bet. Do the same for the other. Slide her in, Go down. Now, this is where it ties it in, but where is, we need piece number A10. Grab A10 off this piece right here. So, right now, you're gonna take that, cover up the front where we just put those A-arms in. Boom, nice snap sound to it. Got it down. Grab 3 screws out of your screwball here. Your screwball, you screwball. Alright. Well, I hope this video is gonna help some people out. I mean, some people in the future, maybe when I'm long gone, are gonna want to build a grasshopper, and hopefully they'll be watching my ugly mug on the YouTube, seeing how to do it. Just double checking these, making sure they're all good and tight. Nice. So that ties that in. Next, grab your bumper. Grab your 3 screws you have remaining in your screw bowl. Pull them out. So flat end to flat end. Recessed end, we're gonna throw our screws in there. So screw them 3 screws in. The pink power drill. Alright, much better. No wiggling that time. So step 14. Alright, we're gonna need we have the hardware pulled already, so all we have to do is throw some grease on it like we did the other shocks. Of course, I'm putting this grease on, not thinking, because I know we gotta flip her over, make more sense of it. So what it's showing me here is we're getting some of that tubing, that rubber tubing, and it shows down here to cut it into 2 10mm pieces, and it shows you where to cut it at. So alright, so I got the little piece of fuel tubing cut. Now what it looks like we only have to do is grab one of our springs, as they're all stuck together on me, and it's gonna go take your greased up pin here. Pin's gonna start going through, then your piece of rubber tubing's gonna go through, and then your shock's gonna go over that, and last but not least, you're gonna connect it down there like that, and then screw it in. Let's have a look. Weird. Check it out. Watch this. Ooh, shock goes up. The screw goes up. Oh, repeat the process. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with step 14.